What is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's a Shoot. We are doing the Nxt Takeover Wargames predictions of 2020. But before we go into the predictions, let's talk about what we're going to see this next week and into the future. This upcoming month, I should say. I'm not sure how much videos will be of that to shoot for all of the wrestling people out there. There will be the WWE Awards show that will happen sometime. We will have the TLC predictions show that to shoot, and we're gonna have the WWE Awards. And other than that, I'm not sure if there will be any other things happening. I think come the new year, probably July, the week of my birthday. My birthday is Monday, January 11th. So the week of my birthday is probably when I would get back into action, and I would try to get back into doing a normal That's a Shoot. Now what necessarily does that mean? I think what that means is maybe a put over and Barry coming back. Continue on with having a major topic to talk about, whether it was the topic from that week or maybe it was something from the long term, from the big picture, so to speak, from the past, something like that. Something like I've had some topics up in my thing, like The Undertaker just retired. He's the greatest of all time when it comes to WWE. I've had a topic, that Kenny Omega really isn't that good. Really. And there's been a lot of talk about people that Kenny Omega hasn't been himself. But I have something things. He just wasn't really that good. And maybe he just, there's that whole Japan mystique or something like that, or maybe Okada made him better or whatever. But I think there's some truth to that. So maybe I might dive into that. A whole bunch of other things too. I've got a couple of collaborations going on on my own channel, with top 10 lists, the top 10 John Cena matches of all time. I've got some things like that. The top 10 Royal Rumble matches. As next month is the Royal Rumble. The top 10 Royal Rumble matches of all time, as that appears to happen as well. So I have a whole bunch of good content, good ideas to come up to. So again, when it comes to this month, you will at least get the That's a Shoot for the TLC predictions. You will get the That's a Shoot for the WWE Awards. You may possibly get that John Cena one as well, that top 10 John Cena one. But then when it comes to the new year, we'll figure out something, and I'll let you know. I definitely think that right now, and I think here's the biggest thing too. I'm going to try to get back to doing this every week. I wasn't doing it every week because it was on Saturday, and then I wasn't doing this because it was some other things were happening, and it's just maybe this is a bad year because I'm in the football season or whatever. But I can't make that thing. If I want to make this my career, right, my job, doing this, then I have I have to be consistent with this, consistent for you, so that you can keep coming back here. So I'm going to definitely try to make sure that every Friday, you get a That's a Shoot. At some point in the day, That's a Shoot, you will get it, and that's the week, and that's it. And I will say this: I'm going to try to maybe try to do some put over and Barry, because Friday is. That's why I moved it to Saturday, so I can do Friday Night SmackDown, talk about NXT, Raw, AEW, and like that. But I may just have to miss some SmackDown stuff. We'll talk about some of the SmackDown stuff from last week. So, whatever happens, I ask you to please be patient with me, stay with me, and as we get into the new year, hopefully big things to come for this channel, and not just in just the wrestling world, but in every world. So, in all of my things that I do here. So, thank you. And with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started with the Nxt Takeover Wargames predictions. So let's start with a match just made this past Wednesday. Timothy Thatcher taking on Tommaso Ciampa. Should be a hard-hitting affair. Tommaso Ciampa is tired of some of the people acting like that they deserve to be there in NXT. Timothy Thatcher doing his Thatch can, basically beating up on his assistants each and every week. A couple weeks ago, his assistants, or his students, finally stood up to him. A couple of them did. One of them being August Gray. And that has somehow ired Timothy Thatcher. And as he's doing these live Thatch cans, just beating up on his opponents, I think it has turned Tommaso Ciampa to say, that's just not right. Tommaso Ciampa is now fighting for him, although this past Wednesday, well, one of his students helped Timothy Thatcher get the best of Tommaso Ciampa. So, who's going to win? Tommaso Ciampa? Timothy Thatcher. Timothy Thatcher has taken some losses recently, and but then again, so has Ciampa. He's taking some losses, but he did win his battle with Velveteen Dream. And Timothy Thatcher also recently won a match as well. I think he won against one of his students. Or he lost to one of his students, actually. That was one of the distractions. That's why he was doing the distraction on his Thatch can this past Wednesday. To me, I think Tommaso Ciampa has the gravitas, something like that. I think they are looking to do something with Tommaso Ciampa. He's got so much of his stuff. He's still in the thing. I know that Tommaso Ciampa wants to retire soon, but I don't think this is his last runway. He's starting to put over all of the younger talent. And I don't even know if Timothy Thatcher's younger than him. Timothy Thatcher looks like he could be as old as Tommaso Ciampa. So with the beards and everything like that. So this is a very hard one. But I'm going to say Tommaso Ciampa wins. I just think it just probably makes sense because both these ways make sense because if Timothy Thatcher wins, yes, then you have someone who can who has beat a main eventer and is now thrust into the main event with Finn Balor, right? Who seems to be back. But then you have Tommaso Ciampa, and Tommaso Ciampa versus Finn Balor would be an epic match to watch. So, but I'm going with Tommaso Ciampa. The strap match as Cameron Grimes takes on the mysterious Dexter Lumis. This goes back to the whole cinematic match they did on Halloween Havoc with these two. Apparently Cameron Grimes has been scared of Dexter Lumis and things like that, so to keep them from, make sure Cameron Grimes doesn't run away from Dexter Lumis, they're going to be strapped together. I think this should be an interesting match. I think Cameron Grimes is he seems to be what Baron Corbin is. He's going to beat anybody below him, but he's going to lose to anybody above him. But now the question is, where do you see Dexter Lumis? Is Dexter Lumis above him, or is he below him? I think Dexter Lumis is above him on the thing. I think Cameron Grimes is total mid-card heel, and I think Dexter Lumis is upper mid-card babyface. So I think this one is really no doubt about it. It should be a brutal match, the straps and everything like that. You'll see a lot of welts, but I think Dexter Lumis hands down wins this. NXT North American Triple Threat matches. Leon Ruff, the surprising North American champion, takes on Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano in a triple threat match. This is really a feud between Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano, and it's been going on for months now. And you would think that this would be the time where Damian Priest perhaps gets his NXT championship back, right? The North American, they had this this thing with Leon Ruff, and he's been kind of funny and things like that, surprising everybody like that, because he's a very skinny dude, and he even did that when he put on the belt and he fell to the floor, and so they try to do and as of late they're trying to make it seem as if he's upset that some people are treating him like a joke and something like that. So I expect Leon Ruff to put on a one hell of a performance. I really do. But for me, I don't think, I think I've always said that I think that you can do something like this. You can put a title on somebody who maybe at this point maybe doesn't deserve the championship, but you would do it for a surprise, right? Because for years the motto in WWE has been anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation, back when it was WWF, or anything can happen in World Wrestling Entertainment. But that it never really did happen. There was some surprises here and there, but really it was just straight down the middle. So if we can start, getting back to that comment of anything happening in the World Wrestling Entertainment, then let's go ahead and let's do something like this. And like I said, this doesn't have, Leon Ruff doesn't need a long title reign. He won it a few weeks ago. Hold it until now. And I think, you've got Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano waiting for it. I think Leon Ruff is there so that he takes the fall. So that Gargano or Priest, whoever, isn't going to win, doesn't take the fall. But I think that's always, at some point down the line, you're going to have a final blow-off to the Priest and Gargano's feud. And my thing is that, well, how do you want to do that? Because to me, this seems like they really are trying to do the thing where they want Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae being the power couple in NXT. So how do you go about that? I don't know. You can still have Johnny Gargano face Finn Balor for the NXT Heavyweight Championship and have him win that. And this is a tough one. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna go ahead with Damian Priest, and then at some point in December, the Priest and Gargano, they're gonna have a match, blow-off match, and that's gonna be over. But then Priest will win, and then they'll move Gargano up to be the contender for Finn Balor at the January takeover, if they do it. I don't know. Last year they did the takeover in February, so. But yes, our winner, Damian Priest. He will be their new North American champion. The women's War Games match is Team Candice LeRae, the captain, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Toni Storm, with Indy Hartwell, apparently. They're taking on Team Shotzi, the Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, Io Shirai, and Rhea Ripley. Now, last year, I believe the baby faces won, led by led by Rhea Ripley and forget somebody else, whoever it was, but they defeated the heels in the War Games match. So what can happen this time? Well, listen, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I found it interesting that they had the baby faces win the briefcase so that they could be the last, so that they could have the last one in. We'll see how that figures into the thing, because usually normally the heels win. This is, it's War Games tradition. The heels have the thing where they can have enter in first, or enter in, or whatever. They have the man advantage, so to speak. So I don't know. I don't know the ways they can go. Again, I think they're going the way of Candice LeRae actually winning the women's championship from beating Io Shirai, and I think this is one way to do it. So how big of that is, maybe she even actually pins Io Shirai in the War Games match. So I'm going to say the winner is Team Candice. And finally, the men's War Games match, the Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Oney Lurkin, and Danny Burch. I think there are so many ways they can go here. I think we could really see the breakup of the Undisputed Era here. I've had this feeling for months that Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish, while Cole and O'Reilly were doing babyface, Strong and Fish were doing heelish stuff. And wouldn't it be just something, right? Wouldn't it just be something for, Pat McAfee's crew? They have the man advantage. So maybe wouldn't it be something, so on the day of, somehow Strong or Fish comes down with an injury, a knee injury. They come down with a knee injury and they can't go. So they're gonna go 3-on-4, 4-on-4, right? And it'll be Cole and Fish in there with two of the other guys, and the third guy will come in for Team McAfee, and then here goes Strong or Fish will get in there, and then they will turn on the Undisputed Era. And then the other one will come out there, and it will be 6-on-2, destroying Adam Cole and destroying Bobby Fish, and destroying Kyle O'Reilly. So I don't be surprised if that does happen. It can happen. It may happen. Although I must say, I would think that maybe the more prudent way to go about it, it would probably mean the Undisputed Era loses that match, and then that's how they break up. They break up afterwards, the next week. But I do think at some point that you could see the breakup of Undisputed Era before the end of 2020. So that's why I'm going with, and Pat McAfee right now and his crew, I think that they are one of the hottest things in wrestling going. So I think right now, I think you got to keep it continue. I think, and again, I think you can have Pete Dunne. Maybe you can have Pat McAfee challenge Finn Balor for the title. Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't go crazy about that. I wouldn't, say it's too much too soon. Even if he would have won it, no, I'm not, because he's doing great stuff in my opinion. So I'm going to say the winners are Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Oney Lurkin, and Danny Burch. Team McAfee for the brand, whatever you want to call them. So to recap, Tommaso Ciampa beats Timothy Thatcher. Dexter Lumis wins the strap match over Cameron Grimes. Damian Priest wins the triple threat match, becoming the new North American Championship. Team Candice wins the women's War Games match. And for the brand, as I'm calling them, Pat McAfee and his crew, they beat the Undisputed Era in the men's War Games match. Should be very interesting to go down. Last time in Survivor Series, I went 6-1. So we'll see what happens come see what happens comes later on. So that should be some good stuff. Once again, I want to reiterate what I said at the beginning of my video. You have 3 more videos coming this month. You have the TLC predictions video. You have, when it comes to this show, That's a Shoot, you have the WWE Awards for the end of the year, and at some point you probably also will see the top 10 John Cena matches as I combine my crossovers here with the That's a Shoot and my top 10 list. We combine to create John Cena's top 10 matches. So that should be really good. You should be getting those this month. And then next, in the new year, 2021, the week of my birthday, January 11th, hopefully, and I do mean this because I said, like I said this before, I want to make this my career and to make this my full-time career, instead of just being a hobby or just being just some fun stuff to do. I need to be more consistent. And since I've come down here to North Carolina, I haven't been as consistent as I want to be. It's a whole lot of reasons. We're trying to do some school, or it's just the time difference. Being in Chicago, being an hour ahead of anything. It's many reasons why haven't been able to do things like the way I want to when it comes to all of my content creation. But that in 2021, that needs to change. That needs to change big time. So, and hopefully those changes puts a better product out there for you and helps me grow and continue to grow and become a better proper program for you to enjoy. So yeah. And we'll try to become every week, every Friday. That's a shoot in the new year. We hope to continue to do this. So, yeah, it should be interesting. Now, I hope you guys will be here with me. That being said, post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think about my predictions. Give me your predictions on the Nxt Takeover. Just let me know in the comment section how you guys feel. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. Breaking news. Just received tell you how this goes. And I'm doing my close here. Breaking news. WWE has a YouTube video up. Will Cameron Grimes make it to TakeOver? The NXT interview report. So, the match between Cameron Grimes and Dexter Lumis may not even happen. I don't know if this is kayfabe or this is in real life. I don't know. When it comes to my predictions, if the match does not happen, we obviously take it out and we'll just do any match. And any other matches that are, created, made within the next couple days, there will be no predictions for, and does not count towards any of my long-term records. So, interesting. See you guys later. I am out.